welcome back. This is my shirt. Put down the guns, young people. And guess who's here? Jack Logan is here. Jack's my friend. He founded this. He goes into neighborhoods that maybe you and I might be a little afraid to venture into. And he talks to these young people. He works with kids who are involved in gangs. You're doing God's work in this world, and I appreciate that you came and you brought a friend with you.
Right, I brought Bryant Powers.
Bryant Powers is here, and thank you for coming also.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you're a victim of gun violence.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're okay, thank God.
Yes, ma'am.
You walked in here, and that's wonderful.
I'm truly blessed.
Now, you're a little bit older than a teenager.
Yes,
you've
ma'am.
been in the military.
Yes, ma'am.
And now you're out and looking for, trying to find the future that.
Yes, ma'am.
And you went to, what school did you go to?
James F. Burns High.
Burns High School, and now you have your GED.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, we want everybody to know.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Jack, your organization is up for receiving the Max Heller Award,
Yes, ma'am.
which is given, is it every year?
It's given every year.
And there are 3 different organizations
Right.
that
there's
could be
been-
chosen, and you're one of them.
Right, we made the 3 finalists. We're one of 3 finalists to receive this award. And I'm personally glad for myself, but I'm more or less happy for the people in our circle belong to the organization, because God gave me the vision, and I chose some good people to walk with me. And they have worked extremely hard since 2010. And I told them, been telling them since we received the nomination, that this is what hard work pays off, and God has blessed us.
Yeah, that's what I hope you win it. I don't know anything about it.
This is the first time I ever said in my life, outside of road racing or a race, that I hope we win.
Now, you have billboards. Occasionally you will see one as you drive around.
Right.
But you need more billboards,
Yes,
don't
ma'am,
you?
because we have parents and young people to say they saw the billboard, and they're very pleased to see the billboard. They feel that it have an impact on those young people that may even have a gun in their pocket or plan to get a gun. And but we're very grateful to have the billboards up right now. And those billboards are $635 for 1 year. And anyone who would like to contribute to a billboard would be more than glad to put
Okay,
up
now
one.
we have a phone number and a website, and I guess what else do we have here?
And an address.
Oh yeah, the address is 23 Wade Hampton Boulevard, 29607. And if you want to get in touch with Jack Logan, put the guns down, young people. So you need money for billboards.
Yes.
Now you still go into neighborhoods where kids are involved in gangs.
Right.
and
We,
things.
yeah, we do that. Yesterday, matter of fact, we was out at Taylor's near Eastside High School. And the reason why we expanded, because we made aware that of the diversity of people moving into different neighborhoods. And it's just like the shooting out near with the Trayvon Dodd, the kid that was killed in a very upscale subdivision with kids getting their hands on guns. So yesterday was the most recent time we went into a very diverse neighborhood. And we have enjoyed every second of it.
People need to be aware. Parents, it doesn't matter where you live. I mean, we have become, I had a lady tell me the other day, she's afraid to go to the mall by herself. Where have we come in this country? It's terrible.
Right.
And you tell me what happened to you.
I was with some friends one day, you know, just casually drinking, and the altercation started. And after the altercation was over, I was just shot. The guy shot me down like a dog in the street. But, you know, fortunately, I had my military training and knew the right things to apply pressure and, you know, stay focused and keep calm. And by the grace of God, I survived. And here I am a year and a half later, and I'm fine, and I'm walking and talking, and I'm trying to spread my message around that we have to put the guns down to be successful. And Jack plays a major role in it, but we need the youth to also step up and take their part in this, and can't do it alone.
Now, what age group kids do you try to reach out to?
anywhere from 12 to 15, 17, all ages. Even somebody as old as I am at 25 still might not know because they haven't been through what I've been through. But just to be able to shine light on somebody and help them out, they might leave their gun home and might save a life. There's two lives that's involved every time a trigger gets pulled. It's the victim and it's the guy that's shot, because he's going to lose his life, whether to the justice system, and then the parents are affected on both sides.
Yeah.
So it's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, yeah. It isn't just the victim, it's a whole circle of
Yes,
people
ma'am.
around them.
Both sides, and friends, and everybody is affected by what happens.
So now you're seeking, trying to find, are you a Christian?
Yes, ma'am.
So how you two, I know you're a Christian.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you two sort of bonded.
Right. I met him at the courthouse. One day we were down at the courthouse planning to reach out to young people there at the courthouse. And just so happened, can't recall how the conversation, he told me he had been shot. And then at that time, the guy, I understand, pleaded guilty that day or the next day. But then he gave me his telephone number and told me that he was looking up on Facebook. And through Facebook, I would invite him to a lot of our rallies, and he's always showed up each time, even coming today. I asked him to come, and he did not hesitate. And he told me he
Now,
would
do
be
you
there.
have rallies often, regularly?
We
or-
do, and we have one coming up next Sunday, March 2nd at Nickeltown Missionary Baptist Church. And this rally, our organization will do a play. And the name of the play, A Man Charged with Murder. And what we're trying to do, educate children from the day of the arrest. We're going to carry it out from all the way through the trial. We did this play down in Greenwood maybe about 2 months ago, and they really enjoyed it down there in Greenwood, and we're going to do it here in Greenville. Well, from the time the police make an arrest, trying to show kids this is what happens during the arrest, trying to frighten them and educate them not to pick up a gun. Don't you're going to be convicted and find yourself in prison for the rest of your life.
Now, the person who shot you is in prison now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
But what bothers me about the person who shot him, I don't even know him, but he only got 5 years, if I'm correct.
Yes, ma'am.
And I believe he should have gotten 20 years, the maximum sentence. That's one thing I believe. Next March 3rd, matter of fact, I've been invited to go to Greenwood, where I think I mentioned this to you before about the Malik Paget, a 15-year-old kid that came up last spring for spring holidays from Columbia to spend time with his grandmother. He went to a local barber shop in Greenwood. His mother was about from maybe less than 50 yards from picking him up. As he stepped out, he was gunned down. And the trial starts for those men who gunned this kid down. And I will be in Greenwood that entire week trying to get them a life sentence.
I don't understand. Does anybody ever tell you what the motive is to just kill people, have a gun, and I mean, what is it?
Well, from Solicitor Walter Wickers, and I agree with him, I just feel that people don't realize that when they pull a trigger at a young age, that person may not wake up. I think they do it as if throwing an egg on a car. You know, that's what, I don't think they have a full understanding. Sometimes I wonder about that. Then sometimes I look at them, they pick up a gun, they know what that gun would do.
I think, and this is my opinion, we have too much violence. In the motion picture theaters, it's all violent. Television's all violence. And even our cartoons for little children, there is violence in the cartoons. And it's just not real anymore.
Right. But it goes back, Mr. Denny, I believe, from the basics. Mama and Daddy. I was just talking to a Greenville City Councilwoman yesterday about the Stand Your Ground law. Stand Your Ground law has been on the book for years. And that we haven't had any problem with that. But what has happened, there's no man in the house to raise these children. So these kids decide, if you do away with the Stand Your Ground law, well then, if you and your husband sitting at home on your porch, well then here come old Jack may decide just to come up there and party in your yard. And you have to have some protection for your property. I don't believe in people like the guy in Arkansas the other day who killed the little girl for throwing eggs on his car. And a bunch of teens was out, and this little 15-year-old girl got gunned down by the homeowner. But but at the same time, you've got to have protection. I do believe in my organization believe in the Second Amendment, because people now have got to be able to protect themselves, because young people now have not been brought up the right way. And I witness that every day from where I live, just people walking through the yard, or just no respect. But it goes back to the basics of mom and daddy. And the mothers cannot do it alone. That's why I take men like myself, Brian, and other men out here that have to step up and do. The man is supposed to be the leader. You know, women can voice their opinion, but you can get a lot of young men's attention if that man conduct himself like a man.
Yeah. Now, do these young guys that you go out in the community, do they listen to you?
Yes, ma'am. They listen for maybe hours. We talk for hours at a time, and we talk about everything from what's going on at home, what's going on at school, what's going on around the neighborhood. You know, and I just try to let them know you can't worry about what everybody say. You can't just jump on everybody for saying something or looking at you the wrong way. You have to learn to turn the other cheek sometime, because if you react on that, then it's always going to lead to something else. A fight will lead to guns, you know?
And see, these young guys can associate with you. You've been in the military. They can look up to you, and they can associate with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Whereas if some gal goes in, if I went in there, they wouldn't pay any attention to me.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what is needed.
Yes, ma'am.
People like you who've been there and done that, and you can say it doesn't work.
Yes, ma'am.
That's right.
So at one point, and I'm asking you, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but at one point, were you involved in stuff that wasn't too good?
Yes, ma'am. I think
and that's how you
we
got.
we all get misguided sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just finding your way back, getting on the right path again, and knowing that this is not the route that I want to go down. I want to succeed in life. I want to be a better father to my son, and be there for him when he needs me, or whoever may need just a open ear to listen to, just to voice their opinion, because everybody can't talk to their parents, or don't have somebody to talk to, as Mr. Logan was saying about not having a father in the house. I was fortunate enough to grow up with both parents, and I want to thank them at this time for that. So I know how to conduct myself as a man, but we all get lost and sidetracked, and like you said, the TVs, the videos, the music,
it's thrown in our face.
It's all like that, yeah. And it's bringing them up in toy guns. I don't like the kids to grow up playing with toy guns. It starts right there. The nurse and shooting these balls and BB guns, it all starts right there. It starts right there. Some parents just need to take it out, because if they learn early in life, they're gonna always think, oh well, I know how to use this weapon, and not think about it. When they pull that trigger, they're not thinking about the severity of what they just caused, what they just did. Fortunately for me, the young man who shot me turned himself in. So
the man who shot you turned himself
in within an hour, and his family was there at the hospital for me, apologizing for him, but he thought about it, and that's why he did the right thing.
Now he's in prison. That's 5 years of his life lost, and the rest of his life, that tag is going to be with him.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So these kids have to, and it's a struggle. If they have no one to talk to, if they have no stability in the home.
I had a young man to tell me, we were riding to Greenwood to an event. He told me, he said, Jack, the reason why I joined the gang because my parents divorced. And he said, I needed both my parents. And that really touched me. And he said he wasn't looking for a father figure in the street. And that's what he told me.
See, we all need to belong. We all need to be a part of something. And if these kids don't have any guidance, then they get caught up in these gangs, and they end up in prison or dead.
Right.
Some
Yes,
of them,
ma'am.
or wounded.
That's right.
Now, what do you need, Jack? I hope you win this. Call me and let me know.
Okay.
And what do you need?
Well,
put down the guns, young people. Money doesn't do it all.
Right.
You have meetings and things coming up. Can anybody come?
Anyone can come. Like I said again, on March 2nd, I would love for the Greenville County to pack out Nickeltown Missionary Baptist Church on Ackley Road in the city of Greenville, right off Lawrence Road, and they will see the best play ever put on by this organization.
So you have constantly gatherings that people can go to, and if you don't if you're not interested in that or can't go, you can make a note of the
Right.
website and the phone number and find out more about Put Down the Guns, Young People.
Right. And if anyone want to help us purchase more billboards and T-shirts, they're more than
Okay.
welcome to.
And the T-shirts cost how much?
Well,
love my
we
T-shirt.
we purchased 100 of those for $462, and the billboards are $635 each.
But I mean, if somebody wanted to buy a T-shirt,
Well, they could just go to a local store, local printing store, and get one. Now, the individual price, I don't know
okay,
how much the individual
okay.
price.
And
Now,
the
we don't have any more
the
T-shirts left.
billboards cost you
$635
so
for a
some
year.
company, for instance, could donate $635 for a year,
Right.
and that billboard would
Right,
be.
and
Do
we
you
would-
get to choose where the billboard goes?
Yes, we do get to choose where the
So you
billboard.
know where it's going to have
Right.
more impact.
Right, right, right. We have them up right now on Whitehorse and Grove Road, one on I-5 by close to 101 by the BMW plant, and we have one in Spartanburg on South Church Street, right in the city where it needs to be in Spartanburg.
Okay.
And we're looking to get more billboards out.
Okay, well, I just thank you, and I hope you win the Max Heller Award, the Max Heller Community Award, and I'm grateful that you came today, and God bless you. You keep
you.
up talking to those kids and have a good future for yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Jack, come back, will
I
you?
will.
Keep in
I
touch.
will. Okie dokie.
Okay,
All right. Thank
bye-bye.
you for having us. All right.
Our young people, the most treasured thing we have, and we've got to stand up for them and help them. And wherever you are, we wish you happiness, and thank you for sharing part of your day with us. Bye-bye.